God's sake, James, hurry. Hello, Dick! This is James Westgate, Fellow of Hartford, delivered as asked. James, this is Derek Newhouse, newly elected Fellow of Magdalen. But before we proceed any further, I must beg the use of your lavatory. Where's it located?
In the house.
Ah.
Ask Perry, she's in the kitchen. She'll show you. He looks as if he's going to throw up. Is he all right?
Yes, I think so. We had a narrowish thing on the way. He's still a bit shaken, probably.
What happened to his MG?
He sold it.
Thinks it's more exciting going about in a wheelchair, doesn't he?
No, actually, that's mine. My wheelchair.
Wine?
Lovely. Thank you.
So, you're at Hartford, are you? What's your line?
English. Thank you. Yours?
Classics.
Ah. And where were you before Magdalen?
Oh, London, Queen Mary College, a dump down in the East End. You won't have heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Really? What context?
My father used to be one of the governors. He had a great affection for the place.
Ah. Oh, I'm sorry about that. My wife set them up. She's a bit cack-handed. No, don't worry, it's only white wine. Won't stain. Although this lot tastes as if it should. I don't know where the hell she gets it from. Probably the post office down in the village. Come on, sit down there. That's safe. Now then. Here you are.
No.
There. Oh, sorry. It'll dry out in a second. Or eat its way through your trousers. It's, Perks at Hartford, isn't it?
Hmm?
Your principal, Perks.
Oh, Potsy, yes.
Potsy? Is that what he's called?
That's what I call him.
What's he like? A bit of a prick, from what I can gather.
He's my uncle.
Sorry.
Potsy's a family nickname after Beatrix Potter. He used to give me one of her tales every Christmas. He still does now and then, as a matter of fact.
Well, as I say, I've never met him. In fact, I'd very much like to.
That shouldn't be much of a problem. He's quite an accessible prick.
Yes, well, you see, I have a slight problem over that.
Really?
Christ, I'll leave it until later.
Yes, Dag, it really is a charming little place. One expects gingerbread on the roof and the plants to be growing chocolate buttons and other goodies. Penny, have I complimented you on your looks, your health, your sparkling eyes, the bloom on your cheek?
Don't take your hands off her, Boris. It doesn't fool anyone.
Penny, my dear, this is James Westgate of Hartford College. James, the ravishing Penelope, who has the misfortune to be Derek's wife.
How do you do?
How do you do?
You know who gave us this information? Pilkington.
No, it wasn't, darling. Surely it was the people who sold it.
No, it was Pilkington.
Was it? Oh. Well, would anyone like another sandwich?
How come Pilkington?
Strawberries?
Oh, he was always hanging around here looking for some Anglo-Saxon burial mound in the woods at the back. God, drove us mad. Popping in and out of the kitchen for cups of tea, prosing on about sights and measurements. God, what a bore. And we had
If
to
everyone's
go to
finished,
dinner.
do you mind if I clear away?
And as for his wife, what was her name? Daphne.
Deirdre, darling. Deirdre. Actually, she's been very kind to me, showing me all the shops. Thank you.
Anyway, what's your theory?
About what?
About where he's vanished to, of course.
Oh, it's perfectly obvious. It's just the usual midlife crisis, that's all.
Oh, balls, Boris. You only had to spend 10 minutes in Pilkington's company to know he wasn't going through any sort of crisis. He wouldn't know what a crisis was, would he, Pen? He loves everything about his life, from being a medieval historian to being short and bald with a wart on his nose. Probably even likes his lisp. And he not only dotes on his Daphne, he positively worships his two sons. He's also a children bore, isn't he, Pen?
Actually, they're daughters, darling.
Yes, well, the point is,
He adores them, whatever they are. James, you know him, don't you?
Hmm?
Pilkington, our vanishing Don.
Yes. Well, only slightly. I gave a paper to that history society he runs, and I went back afterwards to dinner.
So, what's your explanation?
I haven't got one.
Penny, some woman's wisdom, please. What's happened to Pilkington?
I really don't know. All I know is that Deirdre and the girls miss him dreadfully. I just hope it's nothing ghastly. Would anyone like some more coffee?
There you are, Derek. As always, your wife's heart has gone straight to the heart of the matter.
Yes, but the question
It's all right,
we
thanks.
were discussing is not what people feel about what's happened, but what's happened. And I'll tell you what's happened. He's been murdered. Oh, nothing exotic, knowing Pilkington. Probably picked up a hitchhiker who bashed him over the head.
Please, I insist.
No,
Or got
I'm
himself
all right.
done over by a gang of Hell's Angels.
Please stop staring at me. It's exceptionally
Eventually, his
rude.
body will turn up crammed into the boot of his car in some wasteland somewhere. Or a squad of Boy Scouts will tread on him in a ditch. And now that that's settled, on your feet, Wog. It's time I gave you your thrashing.